Sean.
Oh.
Vlog.
Hey. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the vlog. We're almost done this humongous paver patio. We've got almost 4,000 square feet, and we're gonna show you the whole process of figuring this out, doing our base, screeding, all these complex calculations. So make sure you hit subscribe, stay tuned. All right, we're moving along on our pavers here. Waterfall is in, concrete's done, so we can do all the pavers around the pool area. So we had to be very strategic about this because it's a lot of open space, and we want to make sure that we can bring the machine as close as possible to put the pavers right next to where we're laying. So we're doing the same thing we did on that other portion. We're doing this accent band of blue 6x13s first, and then we're gonna screed off of that so we can keep bringing material right to the laying site. And right now we're at this corner. We had a string line across this side. We've squared it up 90 degrees going that way. So again, we're doing this basket weave look with this. So it's a very small detail, but I think it's gonna be a huge impact. We're just gonna be laying a lot of pavers here. It's time to go. It's time to get these down and get out of here. We've got our laser set up all the way over there, and right now it's set to our screed pole elevation. So I'm just checking, make sure our base is within inch and a half, and it looks good. So we'll run the compactor over this section one more time, finish this screed bed, then we can lay our 6x13s all the way to this corner. That's when we'll stop. We'll start going back in from the other side and work our way back out. Moving along. All right, we're ready to screed out for all of our field pavers. And the thing that we need to be the most concerned with is the height of the concrete around the pool. So we got our screed bed really close. It's slightly lower than what we need it to be so that we can use this right here, little jig. We've got 2 inches right here, so we can put this up on the edge, drag it back. That's our 2 inches, and then we can very lightly taper this away so that all the water is running away from the concrete. We don't have like a trowel or anything. This is how they used to do it back in the day. So you just flip it around and it becomes a little trowel. Whoa, oh God. I went past. All right, so we're starting our field paver layout, and this is where things get confusing, as they typically do, because we got this crazy pattern here. We're transferring it over there. We don't want to start like close to this because we want to work our way from that side back so we can move the machine out as we come. We had to figure out how big this overall pattern is. We have about 97.3 for each square. So we need to line up our first paver so that a seam is right along this string line, and the other seam running the other way is a denomination of 97.3. Hopefully that works out. I don't know, we'll see. But we marked out 192 because we only have 25-foot tape.
292.
292? 292.
192 would be like...
That's 16 feet, yeah. We marked it out, 292, that's 3 squares. So we have a mark on the string line. Now we're gonna pull over there and see if we can figure this out. I don't know. This is gonna work out beautifully. You right on there?
Yeah.
There you go.
That was a high noon.
Somebody's already out here enjoying it. Love to see that. Uh-oh. Odie, string line's lava. There you go. Go boy. Okay. It's lava. Okay. All right, let's go.
Now don't do it again.
It doesn't matter. As long as one seam It doesn't matter like what paver in the pattern this is. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so if this goes towards the pool equipment, then what would go here?
Huh?
Then what would go here?
That paver goes underneath the string line.
Oh. So it should, yeah, we might as well, I don't think it really matters too much, but, Brutus, come on, bud. You're on the string line. You're on the string line. Oh, now, Odie, you want to step on it again? Oh, thanks. Unbelievable. Come on. Come on, Brutus. Hi, Odie. Oh, you're a good boy. Come on, Brutus. Odie, get Brutus. Come on. Okay, come on. Let's go. There we go. There we go. Don't you dare. I feel like you're doing it on purpose now. You're a good boy. Let's keep it that way. It's lava.
I think so. It won't matter in the installation of it, but it will matter in the pattern of it. So, like if our top right corner starts with a full, and then the next square is a half, then a full, then a half. If you offset the pattern, you'll go like full, half.
Yep. Yeah.
Maybe that might not be noticeable because we have so much breaking it up right there.
Yeah, but it might. Oh,
Going 90 degrees off of
God. Why do I pick these designs? Are you going off the shadow? That's pretty dang good. This is gonna be sick. Trust me. I hope so. It's a lot of work. All right, that's it for today. Tomorrow we're all set up to just fly with this. I got a new vacuum lifter. These will be down in no time. We'll probably have them all down and cut in by lunchtime. Maybe a couple days. We've got a majority of our field pavers down, and on this side of the pool, the pattern kind of is interrupted by our border and our 6x13. So we had to pick that pattern up over here, not going off of what we had over there. So how we did that was we just went string line right across a seam all the way across the pool, and then we figured out a measurement. We figured 20 of these pieces is 54 feet. So we just hooked onto one of our seams down there, pulled all the way down here, made a mark on our string line, and then we knew that the edge of one of these blue grandes had to hit that mark and be right along our string line. So once we get a little bit further over there, we can double check it by running a string line across our seams and making sure that those intersections are all lined up. But I think we should be really close, if not dead on. That one. Gotta be careful when that blade's spinning. Luckily it wasn't somebody's leg. Another thing you want to make sure you do is when you're wet cutting this, especially when it's hot out, you want to try to rinse everything off, get all the slurry off the pavers before it dries, because it's going to be a huge pain later. The sooner you can get it off, the better. Now you might be wondering, hey Sean, how did you get that line so perfect around the coping of the pool? Well, made this little jig here. So let Let me show you how it works. So I got just a regular piece of wood here, scrap that was laying around, and put 2 screws through it. That's gonna be my guide against the concrete. And then just measured out from here to a hole that I drilled for a pencil, 9 inches. That's what we need for our double row of Mika. So all I'm gonna do, put those screws up against the concrete. Boom, that's it, super easy. But they do make tools for these, but we find it's easier for us to just make one out of a scrap. It's always gonna be different sizes, and it's just another tool to get lost. This took literally 45 seconds to make, and works perfectly. So there you go, a little tip for you. We've got just about all of our field pavers in. One of the last cuts that we need to make is around the back side of this waterfall. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna use this PEX piping because it's nice, light, and flexible. We're just gonna lay it out here till it looks really nice and smooth. And we're gonna have a double Mika border, then our concrete edge restraint, and then it's gonna get backfilled with some river rock, some larger 3 to 5 inch pieces. So it's gonna be a really nice look. We're just gonna play around with this till we like it. Then we'll trace it, we'll cut it, be good to go. Hot out! It's so hot! I'm getting ready to start cutting in our inlay on this pool area. So what we're doing is just continuing our pattern from over here. We're pulling a string line across, making some marks, then we'll snap a chalk line. That's gonna give us our starting points, and then we can go off of there to figure out where our pattern cuts through this way, where we don't have any continuing lines, but we know the layout. It is basically 3 long rectangles by 5 of the shorter side, so we should be able to just count, make marks, snap, and everything should work out perfectly. The biggest thing that we want to make sure of is that from overhead, that this pattern continues throughout, not just the lines that cut through, but these pick up where they should have left off, even though they're not really there. So a little bit of planning on that, but I think it's going to be dynamite, and I think it's going to make all the difference in the world. So let's snap some lines. Check it out. You're probably wondering what the heck is going on here. We've got pavers on their side. We've got whole heaps loads of glue. Well, what we're doing is a custom little banding detail in our fire pit. We've got the Roca at the bottom. One of our favorite products. Really love this, especially on fire pits. Then we wanted to bring in some Mika, which is on the patio. Bring that up into the fire pit. And then we're gonna have another Roca on top. So it's just gonna be a nice little accent band. And looks kind of crazy and happenstance right now, but once this cap is on here, it's gonna look beautiful, and it's gonna be a really nice looking fire pit. What do you think?
I think it's gonna look great.
Do you think so?
Think
okay,
so.
Cool. 3 tubes of glue so far. You think that'll do it?
I think so.
I think so. Now that we've got all of our field pavers in, the last thing that we do is just go around, we straighten out our edge pavers. So we'll just run a string line, we'll tap those into place, make sure we have a nice, clean, straight line. Any adjustments in the field can be made later. And then we're gonna do our concrete edge restraint. So Tom's mixing it up on the mixer, Jose's shoveling it for me, and I'm troweling it out. And we're just using regular concrete mix with those fibers that are mixed in. So it adds some strength to it. I'll show you a couple tips for a nice long-lasting concrete edge. You want to pull away all of your screed material so that we have room for a nice big hunk of concrete there that's going to stay together, and we'll taper it away from the paver on a little bit of a slope. This area is going to be a landscape bed, so we don't have to be super conscious of the size of this concrete because we're going to have mulch on top. We're not trying to grow grass here, but if you are trying to grow grass, you'll want to keep it about 1 inch below the top of the paver and then give it an aggressive slope away so you can get dirt right up to your paver and grass should be fine. All right, so we're getting ready to finish up our fire pit. Our second course has dried, all the glue is good, so we can put our top row on there. We need to do vents on both sides, so what we usually do are these shower drains. They're nice, cheap, durable. We'll paint it black. I think that'll look nice. What do you think?
Nope, not good enough.
Not good enough?
No.
How about this? Whoa,
Woo.
Premier Outdoor Living. Check that out, check it out. Hideaway Screen sent us these bad boys as a little gift, and we've just had them sitting around, didn't know what to use them for, and figured this is the perfect thing. So our little signature on there, it's gonna be very subtle. Once all the lights cut off, you'll barely be able to see it, but it'll just be a nice little Easter egg in there, a nice little surprise. Premier Outdoor Living on this Premier Outdoor Fire Pit. Woo! Well, we got all of our patio pavers down here. All of these slabs, the inlay, it was a massive effort. Biggest amount of square footage that we've ever done by a long shot. I'm glad it's done, but it turned out freaking awesome. You're gonna have to wait for our final walkthrough to see a full synopsis of this whole project because we're still waiting on the homeowner's fence contractor. We have some landscaping to do. We have some stumps back there that need to get ground down before we can finalize everything. And we're still waiting on the tiny house. So once that's all done, you're gonna see the full unveiling. We'll do a full walkthrough with the clients. It's gonna be freaking awesome. So till next time, this is Premier Outdoor Living.